Babu Owino. I'm seeing quite a number of tweets, Babu, very many people, very many questions. I'll put them to you in a few moments, but let's just take a look at that clip that I promised to put up a few minutes ago.
Bonds that frayed last year. Let us shake hands and embrace our neighbors.
All right, so Babu Owino, quite a number of people also just asking, if that handshake did not happen, were you ever going to reach out to the president and, try to reconcile?
I think Betty had already talked about that because as a leader, I told you that this thing wasn't personal. As Kenyan citizens, as we fight for the Kenyans' interest, the citizens must always know that whatever we are fighting for as leaders is just to serve them. They should not personalize anything that we are doing in politics because when they do that, we will lose so much. That's why you saw us losing. There were so many lives which were lost.
Yes.
There were properties which were lost. We as members of parliament, while we are in parliament, we are friends. So this idea of us trying to tribalize our supporters to make them to make the political temperatures rise for our own personal gains is never a good idea. And I believe that the president, the presidents that they set up, we've seen in history, the president of North Korea, that is Kim Jong-un, and president of South Korea, that is Moon Jae-in, they shook hands. That was an indication that they are ready to work together.
Right.
We saw the president of apartheid, de Klerk, and Nelson Mandela, president of ANC, who later became the president, also shaking hands, despite the fact that de Klerk had jailed Mandela.
Yes.
We saw in 2008, after the post-election violence, His Excellency Raila Odinga and the former President Mwai Kibaki shaking hands. And the other day, we saw Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta shaking hands.
Right.
So I think mine was not something which was mysterious.
Okay.
And I believe that either way, what is important to us and as a leader is just to move forward and serve our people. The main reason why we were elected is to provide services to our electorate.
All right. Yes. And talk about service to your electorate. Many of them have tweeted me and they're asking very many questions, but still, your title, your election is still hanging on the balance. We're waiting that June 6th date to see what the Court of Appeal will rule. What are your expectations on that?
I think first I have faith with the Court of Appeal. What was happening was just political witch hunt because we went for a recount and I still won. And the judge went ahead and nullified my election. Once the law is clear, even in the case of Peter Munya, which set precedence of vote recount.
Right.
Vote recount and scrutiny, that once a recount has been done, it cures any other small illegality or irregularities during elections. Right. So when my election was nullified, I wasn't surprised because I expected it. I knew that I would be a casualty in this war, in the fights that were going on across different political divides. And I believe that so far as a member of parliament, I've served my people. Within the 6 months, when we look at Upper Savannah Ward, the new Donholm Road has been constructed because of the pressure that I put to the contractors and the county government. When you look at Embakasi Ward, we have a road between Feather and Tel Aviv in Utawala has been constructed. The road between Gate B and the Kwandege constructed, moving all
and
round.
And all that is under your watch.
Utawala construction of the road is going on. The other day I issued bursaries to over 4,000 families, and I still believe that I'm going to do much more. And they elected me, na tunasema shamba ni ile na wakulima ni wale wale.
So if
suppose
there
they
is
still
another
want
election
to take me back for election, that person, sorry to say, but I called him an unworthy opponent because he had an opportunity to win that seat. But if he didn't, then let him not expect to win now. He cannot win it.
So you're confident in case there is going to be another election that you will win it? Definitely
I will win because the same people who voted will vote for me again, and it will even be double. Yes.
All right. So we will continue to look at other issues. One of the other issues that I'm seeing on my Twitter handle, residents of Embakasi East asking about water shortage. They're also talking about some places where there are bad roads. What are the plans that you have, of course, with the help of the county government?
I think the road, there's major challenges in Embakasi East, water and roads. And some of the roads have been constructed. The ones that I've mentioned, right now there's construction of the road going on, the road leading to Tawala Shopping Center, the construction is going on. The road in Hurlingham Ward, that is the Hurlingham Road in Miango Ward, is under construction at the moment. Tasia Stage to Tasia Catholic, the construction of that road will start next week. And when we come to issues, matters of water, it's a major problem in the constituency. I will provide a temporary solution where balls will be dug in every ward as we await, as I consult with the Ministry of Water and Irrigation to see for a long-term solution. Now a dam can be constructed. Probably the government said that they would do a dam in Kiambu, so that there's sufficient supply of water in the whole constituency.
All right. So we'll continue with the conversation in a few minutes here on KTN News. Continue to put, of course, those questions across to him. Many, comrades asking, what can you say about the situation that many students find themselves in? And we'll be having that discussion in a few moments. Let's take a short commercial break. We're coming back shortly.